Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com with a quick review of the new Disney Plus original movie, Playing with Sharks. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. National Geographic's next big documentary is Playing with Sharks, which is coming to Disney Plus on Friday the 23rd of July. Now this new documentary is all about Valerie Taylor, who is a shark expert who you maybe not know too much about, but she's been around since the 50s, and she was kind of one of the pioneers of kind of getting into the water with sharks, kind of doing cage dives with them, also kind of trying out shark suits, and was kind of influential in everything we pretty much see in documentaries now. She was kind of one of the first people to be on screen doing this, and just captured audiences with her kind of pink wetsuit and a little red hair. And this is all kind of really about her life, and kind of going through from how she got into spearfishing at the beginning and kind of worked her way through, fell in love with her husband Ron, and they kind of went on to make all these documentaries and filming stuff that had never been filmed before, because people hadn't really filmed sharks like live. No one had ever seen like a great white live with like video, and this is very, very interesting. Now I'm going to be honest, I am a qualified scuba diver, and I have done shark diving myself. I've done it in a number of different locations around the world where I've seen sharks, and also gone out doing shark feeding, and I've even gone in the shark cage at like SeaWorld and stuff. So I love sharks, and for me this whole kind of documentary definitely was something I was very much interested in. And it was very interesting kind of going back so far, because essentially the world has changed so much since these films were originally made, because of like climate change, but also with destruction of habitat, but also with just kind of the amount of sharks that have been killed since then. And so this features a lot of footage that we're just not going to be able to recreate now, kind of just show how much things have changed. Now, while all that is great, there were some issues with this documentary, because she was behind Jaws. She actually was brought on as a shark expert and filmed a load of footage for Jaws. Obviously a massive movie, kind of one of my favourite movies. And they kind of go through and how they made it. They show off like lots of little tips and stuff in how they made Jaws. But ultimately what the problem was with that is it then set off a massive problem for sharks. Jaws just ended up causing people to absolutely hate sharks more than they already did. And during the 70s and the 80s and stuff, it was pretty much the only good shark is a dead shark, and people were going out killing sharks in mass after the movie came out. And obviously she was going on there with her husband onto a number of different networks, doing chat shows, trying to convince people, Jaws is, a movie. It's fiction. It's not real. But people wouldn't listen. People just the sharks were the villain. And so essentially then what that's left with is she's ended up spending the rest of her life trying to just make sharks safe, just to try to make them, she's been massively behind some major things, such as protecting nurse sharks in Australia, also setting up marine areas so that no one can fish, and has just been an advocate for sharks pretty much her entire life. She's also still in this actual documentary and kind of showing her and kind of telling her story. I found it fascinating. I really thought it was a great, especially with the whole idea of, I think, I don't know necessarily if they regret doing that sort of Jaws, because ultimately somebody else would have done it, but it would have been that kind of thing of Jaws caused so much damage for sharks, and it's still there now. I mean, people are still kind of say about Jaws of how it scares them to go in the water. Yeah, it's just fascinating to see how all this worked together. And she's sort of dedicated her whole life to sharks. So if you love shark documentaries, and let's be honest, Disney have put enough of them on at Disney Plus this month with Shark Fest, so there's plenty for you to be watching. But if you're only going to watch one, this one's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I like the kind of the old version of like looking back and looking at some of the footage, and just kind of going through the years of just like how much has changed, and and just the whole attitudes to sharks, and like just doing filming as a whole. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Definitely this one out of the 2 documentaries that are going to be out on the same day, which includes Stuntman. This one would be the one I would recommend. Like I said, I did enjoy it. But let me know if you're going to be watching Playing with Sharks on Disney Plus when it arrives this Friday. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.